Here's a thing I was just thinking of, and I have no idea why. If I murdered your entire family,
Please.
or something like that, like I committed an atrocity that was like I did the Holocaust version 2 or something like that.
Right.
Right, and then I fell down the stairs and lost my memory. So, like all of my memory from ever.
No, you had a completely different personality
Yeah.
and everything.
Would I still go to prison?
I think maybe. I actually don't know. I think that's happened before.
Hmm.
I think that's been a
Because
thing.
technically you are the same person.
I
but
think-
you're not really anymore.
I think if you can prove that your personality is completely changed, then they let you off. I think. But I can't, I'm not 100% sure.
They'd tell you why. Yeah, by the way, we're putting you in prison. What for? For doing the Holocaust.
What?
You
Oh,
what,
yeah.
mate?
Yeah, you see how this town is like just a crater now? Yeah, that was you.
Yeah. Well, can you imagine if you like you fell down the stairs, like you murdered the Queen or something, and then as you were running away you fell down the stairs, so you and hurt yourself and you woke up in hospital, and then they were like, oh, you're under arrest. You're like, what for?
Where am I?
For murdering the Queen. You're like, what? I never did that. It wasn't me. And they're like, yeah, we've got CCTV footage of you doing it. You're like, what? That's not me. That must be so weird, like surreal.
It would. Yeah, it has happened before. People who get brainwashed.
Yeah. So weird. Like, if it was me, I'd let them off if they could prove it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, people would go, don't remember doing it.
Oh, I fell down the stairs, didn't I? Oh. Okay, they're like, oh, hang on, this is. Oh, there's another Holocaust happened now with the same guy. Oh, I fell down the stairs again, didn't I, lads? Oh. Yeah, I don't know how they handle it. I think it has happened before, though.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me. But then, immediately after that, you would get people try. Oh, yeah, me? I don't remember doing that, mate.
Yeah, did you hear about the guy who to get out of going to, like, young offenders home or whatever, he pretended he was insane.
Oh.
Because somebody else who was waiting to go on trial said, oh yeah, just pretend you're insane, they'll send you to a hospital for a couple of months.
Right.
Because it wasn't a bad offence or anything, you know.
Yeah.
I think he beat someone up in public or something. So, you go to a hospital for a couple of months and you come out with a fairly clean record. It was like, alright. He pretended he was insane so well that they sent him to, like, a proper, like, high security mental hospital for criminally insane people.
Oh dear.
And then he tried to say, oh look, I'm in the wrong place. Guess what an insane person would do to try and get out of a, like, all insane people think they're not insane.
Yeah.
So him saying, oh,
But
I messed up, I was only pretending to be insane. They're like, oh yeah, that's a sure sign that is. So this reporter heard about it and he went in to talk to this fella. And he was like, oh yeah, because I'm in here with a load of insane murderers. I stay in my cell a lot because I don't want to get murdered by these insane people.
Yeah.
But they take that as a sign of madness because it's like signs of antisocial, reclusive behaviour.
Yeah.
So the reporter spoke to one of the doctors. He was like, that fella, he seems pretty sane to me. He was like, oh yeah, no, we know he's sane. What we've decided he's a psychopath. Basically for all the same reasons as he's just said. All of these, like, oh yeah, lying to get out of a prison sentence, that's pretty psychopathic. I mean, obviously, like, these are professionals, but it wasn't just WebMD says that lying to people in authority is a sign. No, they were, but that's why they kept him in.
Yeah, but there's a when I did psychology at college, there's a thing of psychopathy, like, if you do so many of these things then you're a psychopath. And
you take the test and you do all of them.
Well, yeah, you do. Like, people just do some of these things and you think, oh shit, I'm a psychopath. But they're just things that people do.
Yeah. No, I've seen
because
that.
these things are from years ago, like Sigmund Freud, you want to have sex with your mum, you do. Then, yeah.
I think there was a TED talk about it. This reporter did a TED talk about this thing. This
I should
experience
watch
of his.
more TED. It's good.
I watched some. I watched the one which the guy was the world's ugliest music, and basically it was just a 12-tone row, which we all know about already. So he's like the mad professor of music, and he like just draws these weird things that don't look like sheet music, and they've got like elements. Like occasionally you'll see a note shape drawn, but not really in relation to anything.
Right.
They're more like art pieces that loosely have musical looking symbols, and he gets people in to try and play them, like just from their own interpretation of what's going on.
Right.
It's a bit weird. And he also wrote, I think it was some piece for like something. The title was something like orchestral piece for 3 conductors and florist. So there were 3. There was. It's just like this really dissonant, horrible sounding music. I did air quotes there. You couldn't see it, but I did.
Edit them in, Ed.
And 3 conductors, all like at the front doing their thing with like, and then a florist in the back, like arranging this music and this really arranging these flowers in this really dramatic way while the music's going. It's like,
oh, that sounds great.
It's really weird.
That's something I'd listen to on a Sunday.
Do you watch any Adam Neely?
No.
He's as like a.
Is he nearly good? Is he?
He's a bassist. He's seriously.
Is he the one with the glove?
Good.
Is that someone else? No. Okay.
But he knows his shit when it comes to music theory.
Yeah. You're playing with my num-num.
Sorry.
I haven't got it on a ruler today.
And he was talking about rhythm and weird music. And one of the pieces of weird music, there's this piece of music that's being performed by some mechanical organ or something, and it's going to take 300 years or something like that to play. We're currently in arrest. Like the notes change. It's like something ridiculous, like 1 beat per year or something like that. They're playing this song at, and people flock. Because it tells you on the website or whatever when a note's about to change, and then it draws in loads of tourists to come and see this note change and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh.
We're in arrest at the moment, apparently. And another thing he said, like, it's supposed to be musical. It's not really. It's like progressive, I suppose, or experimental. And basically what they do is they get like 100 metronomes in a big. I think he did this once with like a load of other people. Right. And they've got like a big concrete, found like in an art gallery or something, a big circular concrete corridor or whatever it was, and they set up like 100 metronomes, and each person had 5 metronomes, and their instructions were to set the metronome to a random tempo and just set them all off at the same time. And it lasted from when they all started to when the last metronome stopped, and that was it.
Oh, that's no. This is why you can't. I personally think you can't do a degree in art because it's all. You could do something you think, oh yeah, that's great, and then you get, oh no, that's a fail because you haven't used shading or something like that. Like,
well, I think you can take a degree in like art history and concepts.
Oh yeah,
but you couldn't take a degree in making a piece of art necessarily.
But you can, like, for GCSE art, was it A level art that my sister does? Like, oh, you have to do 5 pieces. One of them you have to use Picasso's art style. One of them you have to.
I think the point of that is to show that you know what the styles are. Like for the first assignment I had to do for college, it was make an original composition, but there were so many rules. Like you had to use at least 10 tracks, which
that's fine.
Whatever, audio and MIDI. So yeah, okay. But you also had to make at least 2 synth patches. So 2 of your tracks had to be original synthesizers that you made yourself, not samples. Yeah. You also had to have 4 insert effects, which are effects that completely, basically, so the sound goes in to the effect and then comes out of the effect.
Right.
And that's what you get. And then 4 send effects as well, so that's where the sound goes into the effect, but also at the same time it goes out. So like you get an affected signal and a dry signal.
Right, okay.
So that's the difference between those 2. So 4 of each of those. You also had to automate 2 parameters on the mixer and all these other things, including effects. So Ian the tutor. I mean Paul was like
Paul the tutor.
I don't know under what circumstances in the real world you'd want to automate an effect parameter.
Yeah.
Because surely you just set it up and leave it. But no, you had to automate all these different things, and there were just so many things. Like, I mean, you would do all of these over the course of your career.
Yeah.
But all in the same song? I don't know. No, not all of them. I don't think.
No. The whole education system is just flawed.
It is. Apparently, most employers don't even necessarily care about your qualifications. Like, qualifications are nice, but in general, like, if you've got experience, that's basically guaranteed in. Whereas qualifications are a bit like, yeah, but you don't have any experience, do you? Because they know that, it's a load of rubbish.
Yeah. Apparently with a lot of engineering jobs that people have told me about, they've said you either need, like, an HNC in electrical engineering or sufficient experience in the job. So you might have no qualifications, but you've been doing the job for 30 years, so you know what you're doing. That's another grumble. Just football. Why have Manchester United if you're going to have all the players from fucking Spain?
Because it's who owns it, isn't it?
Yeah, but no, because you have like, I own fucking Chelsea Football Club, but I'm Italian and all the players are from Africa.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
What's the point?
I don't get it.
No.
I don't get football at all. Like,
Me either.
A single aspect of it I don't understand.
I hate football. It's so bad. I don't get why people watch it. Why has it got such a big fan club? Like, it's alright.
Yeah, it is a bit weird. Like, I support Everton. What are you supporting there?
Yeah.
Because none of the players are from there.
No.
So I suppose you could say, I'm supporting the local economy by going to the games. It's like, well, are you? I mean, I suppose you might get a taxi there and get some food out while you're at the club, and then you're paying for the tickets, so that means people have jobs in the stadium. But apart from that, it doesn't really relate to the actual location that you choose at all.
No.
Because people are from all over the globe.
Yeah.
Why do people watch people like Nerdcube play games? Well, because you can say, I like watching Nerdcubes, and you're not getting Alphonse from Germany playing the games and saying, oh yes, keep watching Nerdcubes. It's like when Nerdcube made the joke of, Ashens is going to do the videos now. I mean, people watch Ashens, but they wouldn't go to Nerdcube's channel to watch Ashens and say, oh yeah, I love Nerdcube. That Ashens guy's great.
Yeah.
But people go, oh yeah, I support football. I support Everton. Big Brazilian Keith or whatever his name is. He's my favourite player.
Big Brazilian Keith. Oh, that's great. Yeah, they've got, and the players, they've got no like loyalty to Everton, have they?
It's basically
they're giving me 50 million. I'll go to them.
It's less like that, and more like, oh, hi, by the way, Bob, we've sold you for 50 million. You have to go over there now.
Yeah.
So even if Big Brazilian Keith doesn't want to leave Everton, he's still been sold to flipping Stoke City or whatever
for stupid amounts of money,
which they'll never see. I mean, they'll see a lot of it, but like supply and demand, isn't it? It's horrendous.
It's fucking stupid. If everybody just decided I don't give a shit about football, then none of this £50 million transfers will happen. It'll be like, I'll give you 50 quid for Keith. Yeah, right then.
I know.
It's like, you don't go to see, like, I don't know, bleep this out, Ed, but like...
Local sports team.
You wouldn't go and see them if you had, like, I don't know, Ronaldo and Big Brazilian Keith.
A load of Spanish kids come down and they fly over specially to play the
local sports team.
Because we bought them.
You're going to see the local town today? Oh yeah, I can't wait to see Spanish Phil.
Yeah, see that, like, I can understand some going out and supporting your village club in like that kind of, in the county tournament or whatever. Because you know Bob from the pub.
Yeah, Bob and Keith, they're good mates for you.
Yeah, but flipping Brazilian Alan, who plays for flipping Everton or whatever.
Yeah, it's like you wouldn't go to. I'm gonna go see a concert tonight. Oh, who are you gonna see, mate? Oh, Rihanna. And then you go to Rihanna, and then it's just this guy with the guitar going.
And then Rihanna comes out and goes, "We've bought Oasis, so that's what you're watching tonight." And they play Wonderball for 3 hours.
Oh, I thoroughly enjoy that. Footballies. Like the World Cup. Why not just have a World Cup? Like once a year, you go, we're having a World Cup. And then you play your different things. You're not going to have Spanish people in your English team, are you?
No, you're not allowed, I think.
No. So
they have to stop it though. Is the thing they have to say no, you're not allowed because people will have I
Yeah.
want Brazilian Keith on my England team.
yeah, Arabic Jim.
And I think you're actually allowed some foreign people as well. I'm
It's
not
daft.
100% sure though. It is a bit weird when you think about it. When you say I support Everton, what are you supporting?
Nothing. It's just a
It's,
concept.
it's meaningless.
Yeah.
And the whole we won.
Yeah, we beat you. The only reason you won is because you were at home.
Sorry, you were playing, were you? No, exactly.
Mm.
So why is it we?
Because it's
We, us versus them. It's like it like that. It indoctrinates you into this hooliganism. Like it's us versus them.
yeah. Oh, we're gonna fight with that person because they don't support the same football team as us.
They don't support the same named collection of foreigners that
Yeah.
we do.